All right, well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us again for another Janesville Connect on Highway 14 Humes Road project. You've got Lance Batterman from Batterman Engineering here, and myself, I'm Angela Pakes, President and CEO of Forward Janesville. So thanks for joining us. Hey, Lance, so glad you had a little good spring break to get away time. A lot of people are gone this week, but thanks for joining us today to give us another update.
Absolutely.
I was just through there yesterday and on let's see, on 26, and it was like smooth sailing, just kind of cruise right through. You don't even know that there's much going on behind the fences. So tell us what is going on. We all noticed that there's some changes.
Yeah, we're in the stage where we got some big time pavement removals going on. So you'll see that stuff piling up now, like we talked about last week. And those piles eventually, not long from now, will get crushed and recycled into a new product.
Tell us again, how many tons of old road is sitting there in that massive pile that people may have seen?
You know what? I don't even have a figure on that yet because my plane landed last night at 3 a.m. So
All right, well, we'll give you a pass on that, but maybe next week you can give us some fun numbers to play with.
I will work on that for sure.
Why don't you go ahead and show us where we're at today with the closures and how the roads are, where they're open to, and what you're recommending for those routes around.
Okay, so as you see on the map there's a red or orange area. That is the actual closed parts of 14. But you can see in green that there are a lot of other ways to get to all these businesses. Obviously Milton Avenue, and you can take that to Morse and around to the back entrance to Blaine's. You can take Pontiac. Ryan Road is a good route. So if you're a traveler on 14 and you know there's some congestion around the Deerfield area, feel free to use Deerfield Drive to get back around to these other spots. And like we always talk about, Holiday Drive down at the bottom here, if I'll show with my cursor, this traffic movement's been working really well during construction, getting people in and around the area just to get to the businesses. So with that, so that's local traffic, people that know where they're going and want to get there. And then what we're encouraging other people to do, passerbys, or just trying to get to the target side, you know, if you're traveling eastbound, so going from Madison up here, your best route, and we can have these printed out for your businesses so you can hand out to customers or people coming, would be to simply get on that 26 route like Angela was just talking about, and then use our new CD lane. This route is just minutes. And even on a good day before construction, that was a good way to get around 14 if you just wanted to get to the businesses on the other side.
Sure. And I think CD for everyone tuning in is collector distributor lanes. Is that right, Lance?
That's correct. So you're basically getting onto the I system, but you're not mixing in with mainline traffic. You're separated by that wall that allows people to move freely without having to mix with, you know, the 70-mile-an-hour traffic.
Sure. Yeah, it's nice to know that that's there. And then there's no ramp closures yet. So that's always good to know, getting on or off the interstate for those that are coming in or out of the need to leave Janesville. We've got all the ramps are still open at this point, right?
Yeah, I have some minor closure, a minor closure coming up for the on-ramps on 26. That product, because of the way the world is right now, there's ramp closure gates that we're going to put on. So if there were an accident up there, we actually physically have an arm that could close. So over the next couple of weeks, you might see a minor ramp closure at night to put.
Can you use your cursor and show us where you're talking about?
Yeah, so for instance, if I'm going to get to the next map here real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a reverse route if you were coming westbound and wanting to get through the area. But as you merge onto the CD system, and if there were an accident up here, they would close the ramp right here. So you'll see one night we'll drill those bases and pour them. So it'll be a one-night closure. So it shouldn't have much effect during the day. But anywhere there's an on-ramp, we have to put these gates up that weren't able to be put up last year due to supply shortages.
Got it. So that'll be a permanent fixture, if you will, for the highway, for WISDOT to use in case they ever have to close the highway. That's a permanent arm that they can drop down that stops traffic from using that collector distributor lane that also on ramps to I-90. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. Those we put down because everybody has probably had the experience where you got stuck on the interstate for one reason or another. This prevents you from getting up there and getting caught into an interstate you can't get back off. So
got it. Good. Okay, let's go back a little bit to this mound of asphalt that you guys removed. So that's removed, but what people might find surprising is underneath there's another layer of concrete, right? And
That's-
and why is that there?
That's the original US Highway 14 that was built, and I couldn't even tell you when, probably in the 60s. Then over the years, it's been overlaid to preserve it, but at this point, it all needs replacement.
Right, so we're just gonna get rid of that too. We're gonna bring that up. That'll probably be crushed on site too, Lance?
Yeah, 100%. That's going to get crushed into a bigger product.
Okay.
There's the first layer product is like a 3-inch stone, and we
Yep.
put 16 inches of that, and then we cover that with 6 inches of that smaller stuff.
Okay,
for-
super.
for concrete.
Now I know Janesville Visitors Bureau and Christine's on with us today. They've been working really hard to get all of the businesses on signs and strategically placed signs so that people know businesses are open and this is the route to that business. Do you want to speak a little bit to those? Yeah, this is a great map you have up showing this.
Yeah, so today at 10 o'clock, Christine has set up a meeting where we're all going to discuss, because everybody's people that own businesses have good ideas of where they think they could grab their customers. So we're going to get that game plan together today on where these signs would be best placed. And then just so everybody knows, the DOT has already put up big orange ones that say, all businesses open during construction, not only on 14, but also up on the interstate as well.
Well, that's fantastic. So, and then when do we anticipate those signs, do you think, going in? Do you have a timeline on that yet? Those additional signs that you're talking about?
Yeah, that's something we'll talk about probably after the meeting today. I'll talk with Christine, because obviously after we determine what we want them to say, there'll be some production time to get those signs made. So I'll have a better answer for that. I'm sure it's going to take at least a week to 2, but
Sure.
I'll have to wait till I confirm that with Christine.
Sure. And I think like it's on some people's minds, like, why don't we have signs up already for this, knowing that we're going to be closing the road? And I know that part of the answer to that is that sometimes these plans change. Once you get in there and you see what you're doing, the timing can be off for those businesses and the access routes to that. Is there any truth to that?
No, yeah, absolutely. You really, to put up signs prematurely, you might not be picking the best spot. And at that point, you've wasted time and effort. So our goal was to see how traffic was moving, get feedback from people if they really are seeing any issues, or where are they seeing the issues. And now that we've been at this for a week, now it's the time to reel in that summer traffic as we head into the summer months here.
Right. That'll be really important to have those signs up for that, for sure. Well, great. I don't see any messages in the chat or any questions there, but if you have any questions, feel free to put those in the chat. And we'll just wait another second here to see if anybody's got anything that they want to add. Lance, did you have any other slides today that you wanted to share with the group?
I do want to share the fact that I'm working directly with the city of Janesville, because in this process, everything is getting upgraded, including the storm sewer.
Oh, great.
And in that process, there are going to be some water main work that gets done, which everybody hates, especially when we're talking businesses. But our goal is to do that work at night, and I'm in the process of getting the scheduling for that. And as soon as I have that, I'll certainly get the information out to everybody with a minimum of 72 hours notice on when water main outages will be.
And those water main, that's the water main going along Highway 14 right now. Is that correct? That's where it's placed?
Yeah, that's correct. It's on 14, it's on Lexington, it's on Pontiac, and with all of this, to do a new road, you want to have those upgrades done while the road's off, obviously, so you don't have any issues after your brand new concrete's there.
That's right. This is the right time to do those types of projects and upgrades. So that's important to know. Good.
We'll be getting letters out to all the businesses when their business might see an outage, which is planned for at night. So.
Okay. All right. So you'll be communicating with area businesses on when those planned outages will happen, and they'll have at least a 72-hour notice, I think you said, on that.
That's correct.
Okay, great. Anything else you want to share with our callers today?
Thank you all for your patience. From my eye, I've done this my whole life, but it seems that people are finding their way to your businesses, and if they're not, let me know, and that we'll work with these signs, and hopefully we'll have a beautiful product before you know it.
Well, this is a huge project. I think there's 75 businesses or so just in this little area on this map. that are affected by this, which means a lot of patrons and a lot of visitors and people just driving through this area. So we appreciate your attention to all the details here and really keeping everybody safe. And this communication is really helpful to know what's going on. And so people know where to drive and how to get to Farm and Fleet, Festival Foods, and everywhere else around here. So thank you so much for your team's effort on that.
Thank you as well for putting this together, because the more communication we have, the smoother these go. So I do appreciate you guys doing this for everybody.
Great, no problem, our pleasure. All right, well, everybody have a great weekend and we'll talk to you again next week. Thanks, Lance.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.